All right, guys. So late last night, 9, 10 o'clock, decided I was going to take this day and go get this photo, real quick, because they close this cave next week for the winter. So it was a real last minute thing. Packed some camera gear last night, got up early this morning and headed out. So this video is a little bit scattered, as they always kind of are, but thought you might enjoy the trip. Got out there, met some great people, which I will put links to their YouTube and Instagram and whatever they've got below. But had a good time, had a nice day, got this photo, and hope you guys enjoy it. If anyone is interested in the technical side of getting this photo at all, I'm going to put a short video on my photography YouTube, which I will have linked below also, if you want to see a little more about it. But this video coming up is just basically the trip, the drive. It was a couple hour drive, so it's pretty nice. All right, thanks. Alright, good morning everyone. Don't know if you can see me because it's dark. The sun has not come up yet, which is not out of the norm. Hitting the road. Gotta stop and get gas and grab probably a coffee or an energy drink because I didn't make one at home. Got a cool trip. Gonna go get a photo that I've been wanting to get for several years and just haven't. Caves in Central Oregon that close, sorry, I'm at an intersection, close next week. They close October 1st every year, or around October 1st, to help preserve the bat population, I believe is the reasoning. So this is the last weekend I've got, happen to have a free day. So let's go. If we can not stop anywhere, which I think we're gonna stop a couple places, but we should be there in 2 hours, which is fine. I'm a little earlier than I need to be to get there for the sun to be the way it needs to be, which will make sense when we get there. So anyways, good morning. And we're gonna stop in here and get some gas. All right, fueled up. Forgot to grab an energy drink because I was talking to the gas attendant. Sun is starting to come up. I did a horrible job cleaning my windshield, so I'm gonna wipe it down real quick. But just wanted to show, if this will show up, Gaia GPS. I've been meaning to kind of do a video on this, but it's been difficult because there's not a whole lot to explain. It's pretty simple. Anyways, the place we're going is called Skylight Cave. The area has no cell reception, so you're not gonna get any maps. So what I did is on the computer, I put a point for Skylight GPS, and then I downloaded the maps of the area well outside the no cell boundary. So once we get close, I'm using Google to get there because it's just what I use to navigate the streets, I guess. We'll kick on Gaia and we will have all of our maps. I've got several layers on here. The satellite images and the topo maps that'll get us there, no problem. This is not a difficult place to find. I've never been there, so we should be able to get there easily. But Gaia GPS, plugged everything in on the computer, downloaded right to my tablet. So even with no cell service, we're gonna be fine. We'll be able to get in and out and make it safely home. So let's hit the road. I'm gonna grab a rag, actually wipe the windshield, then we're gonna hit the road. All right, guys, the sun should be coming up any minute. My GPS went from night mode to day mode, which happens a few minutes before the sun comes up. So it'll be rising. I think it's coming up. It's behind the mountain range here, but look at this view. This is the view most of the way. Interesting thing, this photo we're going to get, it has to be a clear sunny day, which it is, but I forgot we got wildfires, so I'm hoping those don't put too much of a cloud or haze to block the light I need. You can see that color right now, that's from the wildfires. I believe the smoke is blowing east, which is good. That's blowing it away from where we're going. I mean, if not, and it's a failed photo, it'll still be a nice drive. We are going to drive through some neat areas, or what were neat and will be neat areas that burned in last year's wildfires. Pretty bad ones. So some of this area I've already driven through and photographed once this year. We might stop at a couple spots that I know of just to check them out. But yeah, this is the drive most of the way. All right, guys, it was windy out there, but it's cool to see the water wheel turning. I know it probably doesn't mean a whole lot to a lot of people, but this has always kind of been one of those little unique quirks out here in the middle of nowhere. I actually always wanted to come photograph this, never got the chance to, and then we had the fires come through, and there was lots of things to be concerned about in the fire, but this was one of them for me, is that I would never get to see this wheel, and it's still standing. So again, we came and saw it back in February. There used to be a pump house or generator house of some form here, and everything had burned. I believe there's a house on the hill that burned. I mean, this was some 50,000 acre fire that was bad. So yeah, it's cool to see the wheel going, but we got to get back on the road. Hour 27 minutes. We should get to the cave right at 9 if we don't stop anymore. I think we might stop at Detroit one more time. So let's hit the road. All right, so we're at Detroit Lake, which is a reservoir. It's pretty low right now. I believe this is semi-planned. They control the level of this. So I don't know how much of this is due to drought or how much is because this plant, it is beautiful this morning. So you can see the fire came right through the lake. In fact, maybe we'll cruise through the little town of Detroit here, which is no more. I think everything burned. Well, almost everything, so we'll drive through here in a minute. Yep, so this is the town or city of Detroit, I believe, and I haven't been here. It's been years prior to the fires that I was here. But this was all houses. But there's Forest Services here, fire service, wildland fire guys. They're still cleaning up. There's actually a little bit of building going on. There's some new little business doing some carvings. It's cool to see. But for the most part, the town burned. Man, there's some new houses going up. So we're basically right on the lake here. These houses all had access. You can see the lake kind of back there in the sun. Detroit Community Church, no more. I'm sure they're rebuilding. All right, so that's the town of Detroit. Sun is coming up over that hill. I noticed a truck, people fishing down at the bottom, which I know there's parts of it you can drive on. I'm gonna see how they got down there, and we might stop on the way back. Oh, the sun is just cresting. How cool is that? So we got to get on the road. We got an hour and 12 minutes. We need to get there. Oh, wow. Last 10 seconds, that sun just popped out. That's great. All right, guys. So we're getting close. We're 6 miles away. Still on paved road, which I think it's paved most of the way. Again, I'm less than 2 hours from home, and it amazes me how much our environment changes. I mean, we go, you know, from fir trees and everything green to high desert. I think we're at 3,500 roughly feet elevation, which is one of the craziest things about this part of the state, is how fast it changes coming over the Cascades. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep going. We are less than 6 miles away, so we're getting close. Should be there with plenty of time. All right, guys. So we are turning off of the pavement onto gravel now onto Forest Service Road 2061. I was sitting here parked because I was actually texting my wife to let her know I'd made it, because I think we lose service going back here. And a deer strolled in front of me. Just kind of funny. I mean, I see deer all the time, but so anyways, got Gaia up, not to get me there, but I wanted to mark it. So just to show one of the features of Gaia, I'm literally sitting at the intersection here where it turns to gravel, and I just dropped a point, named it turn off pavement to gravel, and save it, just because we're going to record the track in there. And so it'll just kind of record our drive in there, which again, it's not like we're going to get lost. These are pretty nice roads. You could drive a car on them so far. But we're just going to have Gaia record it while we go in. And I don't know if it'll show it, again, because it's kind of bright out. I've got Google running because I still have service, and it's a good, in my opinion, a better turn-by-turn navigation, whereas Gaia will get you to the more remote show you what's out there that nobody else knows about type thing. So I just run Google, little map in the corner, and Gaia in the background. So, all right, let's go in here. All right, so I just wanted to point out one thing. This road is a very well-maintained forest road. I can't read the number right now on the screen while I drive, but I've been passing a lot of no trespassing signs, some pretty decent sized ones, you know, do not enter private property, which by no means do I want to trespass on anybody's property, but it had me confused, so I just checked on Gaia, and we are on a Forest Service road. In fact, there's a sign right there. But some of the property on the edges of the road, on either side of the road, are private property. So the signs are deceiving. They almost make it look like you can't drive down this road. So again, I stopped and checked. Here's another big one. Private property, do not enter, because that is a driveway. You're building a house back there. But the road going in, this road is a Forest Service road, or forest road. So this is a public road. Don't let the signs fool you. Just, people obviously don't want you hunting or venturing off onto their private property, which is understandable. Because honestly, without the signs, I might have, not that I was going to go venture off the road, but I assumed it was all private or public property also. So, all right, gonna keep going. All right, guys, so we are 2.4 miles in. Road's been great. Could have drove a car on it. The road turned left here, and again, by no means couldn't you get a car up here. It just does get narrower through part of it. It's very washboardy, and if it keeps going this direction, I can see why a lot of cars said they got stopped a mile or two before. But this is what it looks like. We are halfway in there, so keep going here. Still tracking it. Also adding a couple waypoints just because. All right, so the road keeps getting narrower and narrower. Again, still not a bad road, and I still think you can get a car most this way. Pulled over just a minute ago, just for a minute, and another Toyota Tacoma drove by. So he's heading up nice and slow. He's up just ahead of us. It's a little bit, I don't know, comforting to know there's at least one other rig up here. So, you know, just cruising along nice and slow. We could bomb the road, but there's no reason to. Just go slow, not kick up dust, and see the sides. So let's get narrower again. All right, so the road has gone from gravel to kind of a, I'm just going to call it a logging road. I could see where if it was raining out, you might have some traction issues in a car. I still think many stock four-wheel drives make it through here even in the rain. So just kind of a quick report on what it looks like. It's very washboardy, but nothing that, you know, you need necessarily super high clearance for or anything. You know, at this point, with the way the weather is today, I could have drove a car up here. But again, I could see how if there was some rain or definitely if there was snow, you'd have some problems, but not too bad so far. All right, so we just hit a little bit of a peak. Cool view. We're heading down. You know, again, not super crazy, but I can see where cars start second guessing their decision to go down here, because it looks like it just gets narrower and a little rougher. But it is beautiful up here. I think that's Mount Washington, but I'd have to double check on the map. I'm really not positive. All right, so we're getting close. Road's getting rougher and rougher. Now you're running into some issues with cars and clearance. Again, like anything with any clearance, like a Subaru would make it, but I wouldn't drive a Civic back here. Road has turned into this like crushed lava rock. So there's all sorts of lava fields around here. So it's cool, and still just cool scenery back here. It is beautiful. But we're getting close according to the maps. We're not too far away. So keep driving. All right, I missed a turn back there, but only by 20 feet. I knew it as soon as I passed it. So got to this point here where there's some old timber falls. And I can see they've cut it wide enough to get a car or smaller rig through, but you're not getting a full-size truck back here, I don't think. Maybe squeezed barely. But there's also, I'm kind of curious the history of this place. If you can see those are all fence posts. It looks like there was a corral system back here. So I don't know if it was for you know, free-ranging cattle or wild horses or what. I know there's, you know, been a lot of that going on back here in the past. So pretty cool. Yeah, definitely not car friendly through here. All right, we're getting even closer. Road goes from good to bad to good to bad. So again, I don't know about taking a car back here, but we're good. We're coming up. Should be coming up really close to it, right in here somewhere, according to Google. All right, so according to Google, we've passed it, but all the GPS coordinates I found for it show it up here. And this is one of those areas, we're taking a little bit harder part. You could get a car around it, but decided to go on the bumps here. So again, you see that pin we're heading towards is the coordinates that I found online for the cave. If they're wrong, we might just have to go back where Google says it was. But I trust the coordinates I found online more than I trust Google to pinpoint the cave, I guess. Plus there's that other Toyota, which might have turned off. They could have been going anywhere. Oh no, there's other cars up here. In fact, there's the Toyota. I bet we're at the right place. All right, so we made it. Actually talked to the lady driving the Toyota. She had to come back and get some stuff. It says it's right here. There's signs that tell you right where to park, and a sign actually handwritten over there that tells you where the cave is. So I'm gonna grab a camera bag and head up there. All right, so here we are. Basically just hike up the trail, and you can't miss it. The trailhead, or the cave opening sign. Don't forget to sign in. Some important stuff that I've already read about not wearing shoes or clothing that were in other caves to help protect the bats. And there's the entrance. So let's go down there. All right, guys, so we've been down here for about half an hour or so shooting. I know it's hard to see on the GoPro because it is really dark down here, but if we get, that's the shot we got, which is pretty cool. So let's pack up and head out. There's the ladder to get out. All right, so we made it out, and I'm told there's a geocache up here, so I don't have the coordinates, but I'm going to walk up here and see if I can find it real quick. Or maybe not the geocache, but the opening up from above. All right, well, how cool is this? There's the hole that falls into the cave. This must be the big one. Wonder if there's another one back here. Let's walk around. I might not find the third one today. Don't really want to truck around it too much looking, but those are definitely the other two, so that's cool. I'm gonna mark those on the, you know, maybe I won't, well, I'll mark them, but I may not share them, just so you can explore to find them. So, all right, let's head back to the rig. All right, I can't make this up. Just got back to the parking area. This is awesome. We've got a, well, ignore the Ford. White TRD off-road, my white TRD off-road, silver TRD off-road, Tacoma. This is great. It's a nice rig. Couple nice rigs. Still cracking up about this. Make 4Runner friends everywhere. All right, so as you saw, made some Toyota friends. Was actually sitting in the rig eating a sandwich and texting the wife to let her know I was okay. And they came hiking out of the cave, and we ended up talking for quite a while. They've apparently got YouTube and Instagram also, which we couldn't access because cell service didn't work real well right there. I'll link them in the description below. So it'd be kind of cool. It was neat. They actually headed the other direction. I'm heading back the way I came, so that was fun to meet them. So we're just gonna get on the road and head out. All right, everyone, we've made it back to pavement. So we are back on the 2060 road. So nice drive out. Didn't come out the exact same way I went in. Actually missed a couple of turns, but wasn't too concerned because they all led to the same place and looked very similar. So no big deal. Like I said, we're on pavement, so we're gonna start heading back. Maybe we'll stop at Detroit and get down where that truck was and those people were fishing. So otherwise, we're just gonna hit the road and get home. All right, so we're back at Detroit. Looked at where that truck was this morning with people fishing, and there's a lot of people down here now with cars and trucks. So found the road. It's actually pretty easy road. I figured we'd venture down here and see what it looks like. I've never driven down to this part of the lake. The water's usually not this low, so let's go check it out. All right, so we're here at the reservoir. I actually wanted to drive down there to get pictures because it's a big open area, but those posts right there say area closed. And I don't want to cross that even though there's a car over there. I'm sure it's closed for a reason. So, it's Detroit Reservoir. Interesting history, and I'll probably get this wrong, but the city of Detroit was founded a long time ago, named Detroit because the people who settled it were from Michigan. Throughout its time, the Army Corps of Engineers decided they needed to build a dam to flood this area to control irrigation further down into the valley, which wiped out the city. And I believe, well, I've read that the city, the buildings were moved, and I've also read that a lot of the buildings are still under the water. And somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it's over here somewhere, there's an old wagon wheel, like a horse-drawn buggy or whatever, that was made over 100 years ago that's still down there, half sunk in the mud. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. But you can only see it when the water is lower than it's supposed to be. So it takes a drought and or something going on with the dam. You shouldn't see it normally. And just from what I can tell in the pictures, it's over there somewhere underwater. But it's pretty cool. Detroit Reservoir. It's beautiful out here. So, all right, well, let's head on the road. We still got another hour and a half or so to get home. All right, so that's Detroit Lake. Let's get on the road, head home, and work on some photos and videos.